Most of the time when parents come to me, they're really at wit's end. Most of them have been through months or years of hell, of trying to control the uncontrollable, spending tens of thousands of dollars very often on all kinds of help that unfortunately didn't work. And usually I'm the last stop. All of the kids that I deal with are in the category where they're no longer religious. In addition, unfortunately, many of them are struggling with mental issues, a lot of diagnosis, depression, anxiety, borderline personality disorder, bipolar, addictions, gambling, alcohol addictions, drug addictions, eating disorders, cutting, suicidal ideation. A lot of them have been through rehabs, multiple rehabs, boot camps, been sent out of the house many times. Very painful situations for everyone. I've been doing this for over 20 years. First with Home Sweet Home, which was a residential home that I opened and ran single-handedly with a lot of help from wonderful volunteers. And that's really where I learned the Nefesh HaYeled. I learned the soul of the struggling souls, what makes them tick, what they need, what they don't need. And then for the last 15 years, I have the schus of helping hundreds and hundreds of families from around the world, all in what I call stage 4, severe crisis, post-risk. And what drives me to continue helping people is the sheer success, the hatzlacha, that we've seen, l'mala miderech hateva, of families that have tried everything else, and here so many times the success is very swift at de-escalating the situation and pulling the child away from the ledge. The journey itself can be very, very sweet in most cases, where parents that literally felt disgust and often even hatred towards their child in a very short time can see a totally different type of relationship and see that sweetness and bring out the sweet child that they always had. And unfortunately, because of bad advice that goes against the Torah and that goes against my experience, actually took that child who was going through a hard time and caused them to lose their parents, which is an additional trauma which is very hard to recover from. So basically the goal that I have is, according to our leaders, our GEDOLIM, the Baal Shem Tov, the Chazon Ish, and hundreds of others, it's to give the kids parents. These kids don't need parenting, they need parents. A child who has parents, who feels that he has parents, their future is already different than another child that's doing the same thing now, but who feels that they are not wanted, not liked, not loved. My experience, and now what science is teaching us, is that kids who are struggling, who feel abandoned by their parents, they do worse. Kids who are struggling and they feel my parents don't like me, they end up many times not even making it. What we're doing is giving these kids parents. The saddest thing for me is the people who don't get help, the people who think that their situation is hopeless, the people who get bad advice, the people who don't follow the Derech HaTorah that works so well, following the Chazon Ish, the Baal Shem Tov, Reb Gershon Edelstein Zatzal, so many of our GEDOLIM that gave us real hadracha, and they don't even know what it is. Rav Pam Zatzal wrote exactly what to do. And people will make believe like we have no guidance. And they don't even know how clear Das Torah is on how to effectively handle these situations. They go to people who don't know, and the results are disastrous. And not being able to help people, that's really painful for me. Once people are here and they're part of the family, part of the TP Mishpacha, and they're really, really amazing people. The rounds of applause that we have, the celebrations that we have, when kids are going clean, when kids are coming home, when kids are getting life into them, when they see the spark in their eyes, and the parents can start to sleep at night, and the parents can start to have hope. That's why we do what we do. Running a crisis center by myself from the first call throughout everything without any staff or assistance is, of course, overwhelming at times. But what keeps me going is the success, holding people's hands, being there for them, calming down the situations, de-escalating the situations, saving kids from ending up in jail, ending up selling drugs, ending up homeless. Thank God, Baruch Hashem, I couldn't be happier. And that's why I keep on trying to educate parents, give them the knowledge, give them the benefit of the experience that I have for so many years with so many kids. And there's so much hope. There's so much hope. The groups it's different than a regular support group, because many support groups, it's the blind leading the blind, and there is a certain feeling that we're in it together, which is great, but nobody knows how to get out of there. Over here, we have the support, but everybody's under my guidance, and everybody who's assisting everybody else is following the path that I've taught them. And at the bottom line is that, as they always say, AAA, always ask Avi, which means that at the end of the day, I have to hopefully with Siyata Dishmaya and God's help, come up with the right answer for each situation as much as humanly possible. I try to do the best that I can to be there for them throughout their journey, as long as it takes. After the first few years of giving guidance for free, I realized that the parents are stuck because it costs money to save lives, and they didn't have the funds for it. So I started giving people from my own money to help them save their kids' lives. And the more people that came to me, the greater the need, and the more success that I saw from all of these things that we were doing, the more money we needed. So I started to ask friends and family. And last year, we raised $1.5 million. All the money goes to the crisis center. I don't make anything. I also donate. My family donates. And everybody who donates is giving money to be a part of saving lives. It's very simple. Goes towards the crisis center, the parents, goes towards the books that I'm writing, Raising Royalty, to spread the word of the right way that we're supposed to raise kids, goes to my Avodas HaKodesh, and we have a lot of other people also giving matchers and dedication pages, but the biggest bulk of it is going directly into the hands of the parents. I get to tell them, I know what their pain is, I know what their situation is, and I get to prescribe for them what they need to do with their kid and then help them pay for it. And so many people can't still because they don't have the money. I try to do about 50% of their expenses, and so many people don't have the other 50%. We're living in a time that you could save lives with money. And with so much money in the world going for so many different things, this is a great charity investment to have in your portfolio. That in addition to all the wonderful things that you're doing, you're also, a certain percentage of your money is going to help save lives. You save the kids, you save the families, you save the siblings. The whole house becomes de-escalated. There's no violence. We don't have any kids in jail. We have kids who are getting calmer and calmer. We have kids coming back. We have kids who are getting married, kids who are from, kids leading beautiful lives. And you're part of that. So you get a chance to partner up in a very, very good investment. Parents come to me with horrible situations. Aside from all of their kids spiritually not being a part of the religion, eating disorders, cutting themselves, suicidal, terrible, addictions, from gambling to drugs, to all kinds of really horrific behavior, violence, totally rebellious, crazy, cursing their parents, out of control. I consider myself very blessed that in the last 15 plus years, I've helped hundreds and hundreds of families that have come to me as their last stop, and I've seen so much success. And the parents are ready to testify. We're breaking records. We're much more successful by far than the rehabs and the trauma centers and the boot camps. And you can invest and be a part of saving their lives.